Breaking news, Prince Andrew settled a sexual abuse lawsuit with Virginia Giuffre, one of Jeffrey Epstein's accusers, according to the new court filing in Manhattan on Tuesday. Financial terms were not disclosed. Prince Andrew is not a good day for the oil bros today, all right? Folks, Prince Andrew and Virginia Giuffre have settled the sex abuse lawsuit. Let's take a look.
Now with a major development in the sex abuse scandal that's been rocking the royals. Prince Andrew, hours ago, agreed to a settlement with Jeffrey Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre. This is all according to a new court filing. Giuffre alleged in her lawsuit that Epstein trafficked her and forced her to have sex with his friends, including Prince Andrew, who is Queen Elizabeth's second son. Giuffre claimed Andrew knew she was just 17 when he sexually abused her on multiple occasions. CNN royal correspondent Max Foster is with us now. And also joining us, former Los Angeles criminal prosecutor Lonnie Coombs, who's also prosecuted all kinds of crime, from murder to celebrity stalkers to sex crimes. It's so great to have both of you here. Max, just about a week ago, you were reporting the prince had agreed to sit for a deposition. It looked like this was headed to a trial. What changed?
Who knows what the conversations were behind the scenes, but if this had carried on to trial and Prince Andrew had sat down and given a deposition, it would have just brought out more and more embarrassing revelations about his life. It would embarrass the royal family. He seemed pretty determined to carry on with it. I think probably the monarchy would prefer that he reach some sort of settlement. He's got that settlement. Virginia Giuffre wasn't giving any indication either that she was interested in a settlement. So we'll wait to hear from both sides some more detail about why they agreed to this. But we're not being given the settlement amount. Prince Andrew is not accepting any guilt on any of the charges here. He does accept that that Giuffre has suffered both as an established victim of abuse and as a result of unfair public attacks. Now, this is all to do with Prince Andrew's associations with Epstein, of course, a convicted paedophile, the late convicted paedophile. And what he goes on to say in this statement, or this is a joint statement, but it speaks much more for Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew regrets his association with Epstein and commends the bravery of Miss Giuffre and other survivors in standing up for themselves and others. He pledges to demonstrate his regret for his association with Epstein by supporting the fight against the evils of sex trafficking and by supporting its victims. Now, all along, Prince Andrew has been accused of massive mishandling of this case, going right back to the BBC interview, not expressing enough sympathy for the victims, only defending himself. The case is over, but you have to question whether or not he can come back to any sort of public role because his reputation is so massively damaged.
And Lonnie, we heard the statement and it was very carefully worded there. A settlement is not an admission of guilt, but people wonder, if you didn't do it, why pay?
Absolutely. And I think, as Max said, going to trial in this case would have been
let's continue.
A huge disaster for Prince Andrew, because I think, especially in the public eye, they already feel like he has shown himself to not be forthright about this. His interview was disastrous, and yet just in January he was demanding that he still be able to go to trial. His attorneys had tried to dismiss Ms. Giuffre's lawsuit with a motion to dismiss, which was denied, and Prince Andrew's response was, okay, I'm going to trial. And Virginia Giuffre's attorney had also said, look, I don't think she's going to be satisfied with just a financial settlement, because that's not allowing her to make her statement in court, make her case. And this settlement statement that we're hearing was carefully worded, obviously by both sides, to try and satisfy what both sides wanted to have said. And so you have these statements about, I didn't mean to malign her character, which is in stark contrast with what Prince Andrew's attorneys were saying in the motion to dismiss, alleging her essentially as out for a big payday, that she had made more money off of these allegations than most people would dream of having in their lifetime. And now he's saying, not only did I not want to malign her character, but I also applaud her bravery for standing up. It's interesting to see what's said and not said in that statement. He does admit that she was a victim of abuse, but it doesn't say sexual abuse. And he also said that she was a victim of these public attacks. But then he goes on to...
I mean, this dude has literally just lied routinely and consistently throughout this entire fucking process. I mean, from really ridiculous ones, such as like oh, I'm incapable of sweating. My sweat glands do not work as a consequence of my time in the Queen's Navy in the Falkland War. Like, and now he's like, all right, maybe there was abuse happening, but the abuse that was happening, well, it was not sexual in nature. Like,
throw Jeffrey Epstein under the bus and says, really, all I did was I was associated with him, and that's what I.
Right. And so already the Queen has sort of cast away Prince Andrew from his, direct ties to the royal family, although he's still a prince because of his blood. But no more military titles, his access to royal financing gone as well as of last month. This was after a judge here in New York allowed this civil lawsuit to proceed. I know, Max, the palace isn't commenting on this settlement specifically, but given everything that the Queen has already done, how she's responded in the past, what does his future look like? What does he do now?
It's difficult to imagine, isn't it? As you say, he doesn't get public funding anymore because he's been stripped of his titles. He doesn't represent the Queen. He's got a small military pension. He's selling his ski chalet, according to various reports, to pay for all of this. You wonder where the money...
Oh no, I've found myself in hot water with the Queen after my nuncery was made public, and now I must sell my ski chalet. Oh no. What a devastating situation. It's like, dude, you're literally supposed to be rotting in fucking jail. Meanwhile, the only consequence you suffer is like, oh, I'm selling my ski chalet. Oh no. That's what happens when you're a fucking royal, dude. The royals kind of fell off too, plus their white plus ratio when you think about it. Like, can you imagine? If the royals can't do noncery, what the fuck can they do? Like, if the royals can't get away with noncery, that's kind of like, I mean, that's literally their fucking heritage. You know what I mean? Like, you're stopping the royals from doing something that they've done historically. Like, what's next? You're gonna get mad at them for being racist? You know what I mean? They have kind of fallen. Like, I can't really think about, I can't really see another time in which like noncery was this illegal in the UK. I mean, seriously, what's next, dude? He did get away with it. How are British people still okay with a bunch of rich pedophiles just holding these weird blood tie positions? It's just something that they've learned since birth. That's it. Straight up. It's quite literally something that you are conditioned into believing is correct and good. Like, the ones that actually think that it's correct and good are just, they've been socially conditioned into believing that. It's really weird though. Like, even the average person, even the average person that doesn't think about it too much, what? You're dumb? Question mark, question mark. Pigs for my fly 8,000. Damn, dude, my mods are fucking ass clapping today.
From the settlement's going to come from. Can't really imagine the Queen wanting to be associated with the case at all by paying for it. I think the only option really at the moment for him is to, maybe get some support from the Queen, then go out and get a private sector job or borrow some money from the private sector. The one advantage of not having an HRH title is that he is now able to go out and...
British people say it's fine because Buckingham Palace brings in money. That's literally the reason, except it doesn't. It does, but there is no indication that that is the primary function for the tourism in the UK. That's an old, antiquated lie. That is not the primary function. It's not like the palace is going to fucking go away when... It's not like the palace is going to go away when the fucking Queen is not in it. And two, yeah, you should and could keep it as a museum. And two, they still literally like own more land than they are bringing in via tourism. The guy has some mid-furniture being a media correspondent in the UK must not pay as much.
Get work from the private sector in the same way that Prince Harry has done. So he is able to do that, but you can't really imagine him taking any public role. His reputation is so massively damaged.
Yeah, Versailles Palace gets more viewers. Chester Zoo gets more visitors to Buckingham Palace. Like, what was it? Yeah, Sean did a video on this. That was really fucking good. I highly recommend you guys watch that. Yet another fucking person whose videos I react to who absolutely fucking loves when I do that.
She's focused all his efforts, as we were hearing there, really winning this case, but at the sacrifice of his public relations all the way along. That has suffered, and it's suffered for so long now, to the extent where the Queen, even before he was, faced any sort of sentence or was, you know, let off this case, you know, basically threw him out of the working royalty. So, you know, it's hard to imagine how he's going to make a comeback.
Max.
How will he make a comeback? This is unacceptable. This is fucking unacceptable, my friend. No! Oh, what the fuck? This is nuts, dude. Oh, this is so good. This is so fucking good. This is we've reached it. There is nothing better. I have to tweet this out.